Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com. This is Texas Podcast Massacre.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, are my research partners stuck here in Antarctica, Nate.
Maybe we're at war with Norway?
We might be.
Or Sweden. I don't know.
It's the ones you never suspect. Or you least suspect.
You don't suspect Norway. That's true.
That's true. And Lisa.
Damn cheating computer.
Those computers always cheat. Yeah, chess game is.
The guy poured
rigged.
a drink into a computer in the 80s. That's like $1 jillion.
Yeah, at a research station. That computer could not have just been for like just entertainment purposes. I mean, it wasn't their email box. You know what I mean? Like that had to have been a research computer.
Everybody, we're doing the thing.
It was a pretty smart computer too.
Yeah. We have a lot to say about a classic movie, The Thing.
Do we though?
We'll see. But before that, welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victim, who's usually someone that we would not consider a horror fan, or who would probably themselves not consider themselves a horror fan. Lisa, we asked you to bring an unsuspecting victim. But then it looks like they went to go check the kennels. They went to the kennels and we haven't seen them.
Hold on. Where are these kennels supposed to be?
Don't you worry about that, Nate. We, for some reason, just have a kennel. It's all the dogs that, have been murdered on this, on all these movies we've watched. We're trying to bring them back.
You're saying
cemetery style.
This show is basically like Forrest Whitaker. A lot of ghost dogs. Future episode, ghost dog.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I need to hide your access to. I just need to take away your access to our schedule.
Nope.
Anyway, so no extra unsuspecting victim. Maybe we'll see them later if they ever get back from the kennel. So Lisa, it is just you now.
So you know how people started a petition to redo season 8 of Game of Thrones, and it's already hit 1 million signs. I'm going to start a petition to get the F off this podcast.
Okay. If you get 1 million signatures, then we...
No. My upper limit is if I get 50 signatures, I'm done.
50 million signatures. That's all it's going to take, people.
Okay.
Hashtag free Team Lisa.
At TX Pod Massacre. to free Lisa.
Hashtag free Lisa.
This is like, okay, you might, if you leave, you have to find your own replacement who cannot leave.
No.
I think it's your wife's turn to
that would be
sub on in for a little bit here.
So, I mean, it's like, what is it? The Ring? I mean, you've got to
pass
someone else
it on.
watch the tape and
you got to pass it on. Yeah.
7 episodes.
Because every week Mitch says our unsuspecting victim who's not a horror movie fan. I'm the only one here.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. I think I'm the
ultimate final girl.
Is this about this or is this about also Game of Thrones?
I don't know.
What is this about?
It's been a bitter week. How about that?
God, I don't even know where to go with this. So this week we are talking about the classic horror movie, The Thing. Truthfully, it's sad to hear you petition for a free Lisa, because I have always wanted you to watch this movie, Lisa. And there is no way in hell you ever would have before this podcast existed. No.
This and Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, never would have happened.
Never get that.
Or Nick Cage and Mom and Dad. Actually, there's a lot. There's probably like 100.
Yeah,
how many movies we done?
Well, a lot. Some of them just are because Lisa probably think they're stupid, and I think she did in the reviews. Others, there's no way I could have brought up The Thing in conversation. So, we're going to talk about that because, again, one of the things we want to do with the show is, if you are a horror movie fan and you have an unsuspecting victim in your life that you would like to bring along in this journey, we're going to Maybe, Lisa, we're going to have a little advice column section for you.
Oh.
So we'll get to that in a bit.
Dear Lisa.
Love it.
Well, hold on. Now I'm thinking about, okay, how would I trick someone to watch The Thing? Like, hey, do you want to watch the movie The Thing You Do? And they go, oh, what?
You know how you trick someone to watching this movie? You say, oh my God, it has the most amazing ending ever in the history of the universe. You get that person really excited to see this awesome, amazing ending.
Just Game of Thrones.
Then they watch it and you're like, what the hell was that?
You Game of Thrones it.
I did.
Wow.
Call me Mitch R.R. Martin. With that said, we're going to get into this week's debate question of the week.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
All right, guys. Now, this movie.
The very beginning of the movie.
It's about aliens.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Just
Not a spoiler.
Right into it.
Pretty much right up front. They just tell you, look, aliens here. That's all you need to know. And I love it. But they never, obviously, and not to the movie's fault, but they don't really talk about why the aliens are coming and trying to take over and basically become humans to replicate.
I think it's just it's an invasion of the body snatchers.
Sure. So
and it's based on a story.
So they start off as a dog, presumably.
The first shot of the movie, guy just swerving. Guy swerving a helicopter. Other guy, Apocalypse Now, trying to shoot this dog.
Yeah.
Bliss. Fantastic. Loved it.
Yeah, it was Nate's favorite Olympic sport, Alaskan husky shooting. So my question to y'all is there a better animal to have started your Earth takeover besides dogs? And Lisa, I'll start with you first.
Now, is this just generally, or does it have to be in Antarctica?
It could be generally.
Okay.
He just happened somehow. I don't know how he landed in Antarctica, but because they flew in from we're gonna get into that. But yes, it could be anywhere. You can pick your invasion.
Got it.
You crash landed anywhere.
Got it.
Lisa,
it's a hard one. I don't know. Because it depends on the person, right? Like, if you are around dog people, you want to be a dog. They'll be like, oh, that cute little puppy. Mm-hmm. But if you're around cat people, you want to be a cat. It's like, oh, that cute little kitten. So maybe neither, because you're going to get rejected by somebody. I'm trying to think of something like nobody can resist.
Snake.
No.
What about snake people?
People will automatically kill a snake the second they see it.
Shout out to my mom.
Yeah. There's a high likelihood you're going to die as a snake. Mm-hmm. Quickly. Okay. I don't know. You got to be something sneaky, stealthy. I have to think on this one.
Okay, I got one.
Go to Nate and come back to me.
Cat and a dog, they got personalities. They start acting weird. You might notice.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
Right? What's an animal that people have around a lot, and when they're not doing anything and they're alone, and then it's perfect? A parrot.
Oh, God.
Or a bird, a pet bird. They're in a cage, but with these aliens, they can go through the cage no problem. So it's like not even a cage.
Yeah.
When the bird is doing nothing, they don't exist to anyone. Like, you might have been in a house with the bird that you never knew was there until they imitate you. And you are dead.
Okay.
Here's the downfall of the thing, I think.
And it could escape also. So like it could also easily escape just in case. How are you going to figure out the parrot's bad? I can't even imagine the scenario in which you would go, oh, that parrot, that's
it right there.
How would that even be possible?
The parrot starts talking to you about their vegan lifestyle and when you just subscribe to their newsletter.
Wait, is that a third beak? What's going on? Oh, shit.
Right.
Maybe then. Other than that, though, but in a lot of homes. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on that note,
the parrot apocalypse.
I'm thinking a horse, because a lot of people go horseback riding. No, but listen, this is how you get people to disappear and because you just wander off the trail, devour the human, then just come back with no human. They're like, oh my God, they fell off the cliff. They're never.
No one ever.
Wait, I like how the horse threw them off the cliff. So,
well, bucked them off. Maybe it kicked them off.
Yeah.
Hey, there was a lot of.
And they go, you know which horse we should send to the glue factory? The one who keeps throwing people off cliffs.
Look, I just saw John Wick 3, and I don't want to give away anything to that incredible movie, but
a lot of horseplay.
Well, a lot of horses and animals did some murdering in that movie as well. It wasn't just humans. It was PETA.
Oh, wow.
I mean, these are PETA must be training these like to rise up.
This is Hunger Games. What?
PETA. It was Anyway, so horses.
Now we have a horse swinging a hammer.
Then you wonder though, do they just stick with horses? Like it's kind of like the old Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Do they just go for dolphins and then
What if
fly off?
What if the horse is like running because they're like, or what if the horse is like,
I believe that's called a gallop, breaks
its leg, and then they have to put it down. They're like, God damn it! I picked a horse.
And it gets made into glue, and then all the glue becomes.
And then the children eat the glue later. Oh God, there we go.
That's how it is. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit more Outbreak-esque.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Bad. Yeah, I would go. You could easily do rat. I was thinking that, just for the infectious thing, but I very much like a snake. I don't know a lot of people that look at rats and go, "Oh, look, it's fucking Ratatouille. Can't wait for that." I
think I don't know if parrot would even work because this thing that seemed like it needed to be
sky
bigger.
Rats. No,
I think like it needed to be bigger.
See, I started wondering, what about like a baby goat or a potbelly pig or something? All that shit people go to like petting zoos for.
Okay.
Okay. And then like they just fucking turn to this like venom symbiont. They're just flopping all over the place. Because they don't need, with parrot, they don't, they're the fact that it can like crawl up into, crawl space and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it could do that as a parrot without ever having to change.
That's true. Although I was at a petting or like a zoo place with my little sister, which was very small, that had like baby like sheep that were supposed to be super cute, and you have like bottles to feed them, and they like literally like swarmed my sister, and she like had to get carried out crying.
I mean,
they were mauling her?
Yeah, could you imagine if that was the alien?
That's what I'm saying. I think a small cute animal is perfect.
Oh fuck! What if it becomes a lamb, and then that lamb gets cloned?
Oh.
Like you think you've wiped them out. That's like it's gotten cloned.
8-dimensional chess there. What is happening with that? Wow.
Yeah.
It can imitate other things, but it goes through the whole plan of getting cloned.
Yeah.
Wow. That seems like a slower way to go about it. But
I mean,
damn.
I gotta imagine that you've conquered all these other planets.
How about something that looks gross? How about like an octopus?
Mm-hmm.
Because then when you're mutating, it might not look so weird. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And you grab people on the wall. Oh, okay.
Or one of those ugly ass fishes with like the big nose.
So I'm gonna go.
Looks like Squidward.
If by land, parrot. If by sea, octopus. That's what I go with.
I'm sure that's what our forefathers intended.
What's the fish with the little thing?
Oh,
the light?
With the light. Oh,
the really
angler,
looking,
right? The anglerfish?
Yeah, anglerfish.
Yeah, but ain't no one getting close to that fucking thing.
I think it's like way down there.
Just saying.
Oh yeah, Aquaman swimming by. He's like, joink. Aquaman just got copied.
What if Aquaman gets copied?
Well, then we're all hosed. Apparently, they can make tidal waves and crap, and we're all gonna die. So, Aquaman. Don't even get me started on Aquaman.
You must have had an interesting flight. Were you just yelling in the plane at Aquaman the whole time?
Did you watch it on the way back?
I wanted to. No, I was on the way there. On the way back, I slept the entire time.
Oh, that makes sense.
Aquaman.
All right. Well,
I liked it.
I think the winner's Aquaman is the one what you really want to go for, because I just feel like much faster. No, which animal would you think would be the best? You can let us know at TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre, and all the rest of the socials, and then Texas Podcast Massacre at gmail.com. Guys, are you ready to get into it?
Sure, let's do it.
Wow, a lot of enthusiasm.
Well, a lot of enthusiasm. The excitement's palpable. Well, then let's get into this week's movie of the week. The Thing.
12 men have just discovered something. For 100,000 years, it was buried in the snow and ice. Now it has found a place to live. Inside. Where no one can see it or hear it. or feel it.
I know I'm human. Some of you are still human. This thing doesn't want to show itself. It wants to hide inside an imitation. It'll fight if it has to, but it's vulnerable out in the open. If it takes us over, then it has no more enemies. Nobody left to kill it. And then it's won.
You guys gonna listen to Gary? He can beat one of those things!
Nate, I have to commend you. This is the first episode we've done. Over 100 episodes, Nate.
Yeah.
First time you haven't corrected me about saying the thing or the
The thing. You got it.
All right. Good.
There's been a couple. Mom and Dad. You got that one right.
I did get that one right.
Halloween. I don't know if you can mess that one up.
Halloween
3.
You get the numbers mixed up.
Halloween 3, Season of the Mitch.
I like it.
Those are easy.
I'd go with it. All right. So Lisa, as the unsuspecting victim, how do you describe the thing?
Because you know you're going to be talking about this at work this week.
Yeah. So, and you actually said your coworkers had brought this up recently as well.
Yeah, they did. They actually, someone on my team brought up the thing, and I had to tell them to stop talking.
Like, shut up.
Because I hadn't
This
seen
movie's
it yet.
37 years old. Shut up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Luckily, I mean, I said it nicer than that, but
basically.
But basically, yeah.
The 40-year moratorium.
So, how would you describe this movie?
Some dingbats up in Antarctica doing research. I never saw them do a single bit of research.
Well, no, he poured coffee all over the computer.
There's computers.
Research is done.
Sit around doing nothing all day until a strange entity overtakes them.
Okay.
I like it. Nate, what can you tell us about John Carpenter's The Thing? You see, I knew I was going to screw up the title.
No, you're fine.
It's part of the
The
title.
Thing. No, The Thing came out June 25th, 1982.
Mm-hmm.
Exact same day Blade Runner came out. Blade Runner, The Thing. These are your two choices to go to the theater that day. Awesome.
Yeah, right? I mean, if you're a college kid or like Kevin, you say if you were just sneaking in this time in the 80s.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You got
cornucopia.
Like, what do I sneak into? It's so great. And then a couple of weeks before that, one of the reasons The Thing didn't do so well is a couple weeks before that, E.T. came out. Like, oh, aliens, so cool. Oh, not this one.
Maybe that should have been a debate question. E.T. or Alien?
God,
or E.T. or the alien in this?
What if E.T. turned into like
realistic?
this thing at the very end and like took Elliot, like the bike just like plummets to
Holy
Earth?
shit, that would be great.
Oh my God. The floating was to separate him from everybody else and then take him. God, that would have been awesome. This movie's 109 minutes long. I have the Blu-ray on this, so I watched it. Didn't do the director's commentary this time, so that's unfortunate. This movie's a remake from 1951's The Thing from Another World, which took place at the North Pole, not Antarctica. So they changed a couple things.
Did we? We may have misspoken. Are we sure they're in Antarctica?
Yes, they're in Antarctica.
Okay,
absolutely positive.
Could not remember. I wrote in my notes, but I wasn't 100%.
So The Thing in the very beginning has that like burning through thing for the credits.
Yeah.
The thing for the credits. It's the same as the 1951 one, but it's so much more lame for the 50s one because that thing burns through. It's like The Thing, and then a normal font. It's like From Another World. It's like, come on, that's lame. So they improved on that. Other thing they did change is the first movie had women in it. And this one did not. No women. Not around.
So the 50s was more progressive than...
There's...
I don't know. Do you really want to see a bunch of women in this movie?
She was screaming very loudly when this weird alien... Like, at the end, the alien is
Assuming they weren't nude.
Well, no, but still,
1951, not a lot of nudity. And then... Did you see this, Mitch? The Thing prequel?
No, I did not.
With Mary Elizabeth Winstead?
No.
Oh, you didn't see that?
I did not.
Oh, yeah. So that was in 2011. And it's a prequel, basically, to this. Yeah, you could skip it. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
There's probably a good reason I had not seen it.
But you could skip that one. IMDb 8.1. One of the by far highest movies we've ever done. Tagline, anytime, anywhere, anyone. That's great.
Solid.
That's great. That's great. Director of this is John Carpenter in his very first studio film. He had previously done Assault on Precinct 13, Halloween, and the Halloween soundtrack. Shout out to the person on Twitter who said we should do Halloween as an episode. Potentially could happen.
I'm sure we'll get to it.
We'll get to it at some point. I just need to shout that out. You got The Fog. You got Kurt Russell in Escape from New York. And in Big Trouble in Little China. And then, of course, 1988's They Live, which we already did. This is our second John Carpenter.
He likes white dudes with big mullety hair.
Well, that was the time period. I mean,
I guess so.
Yeah.
And
Keith David in this movie and in that movie as well.
Hell of a time to be alive. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I skipped over Christine, obviously. I know that's one of your favorites. Christine to Maximum Overdrive. And then I was going to say he did a couple other movies. Escape from LA also. So he did 5 things with Kurt Russell. Okay.
Yeah.
He did this, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York, Escape from LA, and a made-for-TV movie where Kurt Russell was Elvis.
You know, every director has their muse, and Kurt Russell is John Carpenter's muse.
And I'm sure he was like, "Hey, you want to be in Ghosts of Mars?" And he's like, "Ooh, yeah, I'm going to pass on that." And that was, they haven't worked together in a while.
Makes sense. I mean, you know who's not his muse? James Woods from John Carpenter's Vampire.
Yes. So McCready, the main character, Kurt Russell, has been, like I said, lots of John Carpenter stuff. He's in almost every movie. He's in every movie now. He's in Marvel movies. He's in Fast and the Furious movies. He's in Quentin Tarantino's new movie that's coming out.
Oh, the Manson one?
Yeah, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So he's in that. He's been in, the Death Proof section of Grindhouse.
Yep.
Bone Tomahawk, another horror movie. You got the Hateful Eight.
I forgot he's in Bone Tomahawk.
You got Hateful Eight, which used some of the unreleased recorded music from Ennio Morricone from this movie. Was actually used in Hateful Eight. Kurt Russell's everywhere. It's crazy. You got Wilford Brimley of Cocoon fame.
Of diabetes fame.
Of the diabetes fame. I was being nice with Cocoon.
Beatus.
Cocoon is about him like old people swimming in a pool.
No one is being nice about Cocoon.
Okay, fine. And you got Childs, you got Keith David, who was in They Live and The President in Rick and Morty.
Nope.
And a lot of other things. He's also in every movie ever else.
Yeah, he's everywhere. At least I think you were most surprised when you realized it was him in the movie.
Who? Kurt Russell?
No.
Keith David.
Keith David. Yeah, I like him a lot.
Yeah,
he's great.
Okay, so this is John Carpenter's favorite movie he's ever made.
Makes sense.
This is his favorite. He loves this movie.
Surprising to hear that. I mean, look, I get it. Surprising to hear it compared to like Halloween, but maybe because he just had a bigger budget, maybe he could just do more.
Did Halloween have Kurt Russell in it? Ooh, well, notch dropped. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Was Kurt Russell wasn't wearing the Michael Myers mask? He couldn't pull that off.
That would have been so good.
Right.
John Carpenter said he was sold on making this film when he heard the blood test scene. It's like, oh, the blood test scene? Okay, I'll make that movie. It's like, what's the rest? I don't care. Blood test scene.
We'll figure it
out. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, Ennio Morricone, famous maker of all movie music, good, the bad, and the ugly, had the music for this movie nominated for a Razzie when this movie came out. And now it is super beloved.
Yeah.
by everybody. I don't know. Didn't like the music. The special effects makeup in this, which is super famous. Lisa, would you agree the special effects
Don't get me started.
in this are
oh my gosh.
awesome. Effective. They're
I'm not going to
effective.
dive too much in the movie, but the very first scene where you see the thing happens in the kennel, right? Mm-hmm. And you kind of see it, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I said, "That's horrible." And Mitch is like, "Oh, you haven't."
It goes
seen
like 5 more
yet.
forms.
You sweet summer
yet.
child. You have no clue what's coming. Winter's coming for you in this movie.
Oh man,
it was it was very, very impressive.
Yeah,
it held up really well.
I think 37 years ago. So the guy Rob Bottin. It was 22 when this movie was started to make this crap. I mean, it's like Tom Savini-esque levels here.
Yeah.
Did he have his own studio or did he use
So they had a budget of like $200,000 for just the special effects, and they came back and go, "Yeah, we need way more than that." and the studio's like, "What? We've never used more than that before." They're like, "Trust me,
trust me,
give us more of this." They trusted him so much that he worked so hard that he was hospitalized for exhaustion. So a lot of some of the other scenes were done by somebody else who decided not to put his name in the credits to take away from the guy who was in the hospital for exhaustion.
Good on that guy.
Yeah, that was great.
I hope karma got.
There's a special thanks in the credits for him.
Okay.
So the British Columbia town of Stewart is where they decided to do the outside actual snow scenes. Somewhere between, I said it's somewhere between like 0 and like -15 Fahrenheit on average. They also filmed a lot of stuff inside too. But they chilled it down to about 40 degrees, even though they were in like LA and it was like 80, 90 to get the feel. So like these dudes were cold.
How much electricity bill did they waste?
Yeah, it seems like a lot.
Go film in Canada.
Budget was about 15 million. AC is like a couple million of that. I don't know. It was a few months to film. So
that's crazy.
That was in there. And then
I mean, it's like my house every day, but
it's hot down here in Texas. I don't know what to tell you.
But, okay.
Bada warm today.
I don't want to do the thing in your house. Can we not do this?
The thing would not work in Texas.
Why is that?
Well, first it needed cold to save itself, because it froze itself to wait.
Yeah.
And then also, if fire and heat are its worst things, this is not the place to be.
Oh, well, that's, yeah. I don't know. Is there only one spaceship? Well, who knows? Anyway,
right.
That's all I got. Well, I have a lot more, but that's all I got for now.
Okay. So what did y'all, let's talk about the kind of the beginning here.
Oh, magic.
This ragtag group of Nate specifically really excited about the dog shooting scene.
The Norwegian dog Sarah Palin helicopter hunting that they're doing here.
Yeah. I'll say this. If someone is going full apocalypse now, which is the best description of this scene,
the Norwegians
on a dog, while I don't agree with it by any stretch, at the same time, I think I have questions. Like, why?
Yeah.
Now, and granted, too, they're a research station. Who knows? They could have been doing all sorts of stupid shit. So, I mean, that's how almost every zombie movie starts, is some research.
I think these aliens really messed up, because if you land in Antarctica, you're kind of hosed. Like if you land anywhere else, because it's thousands of years ago, right? If you land anywhere else, you could have had the whole planet. There'd be no problem.
Yeah, but I thought there was something around it, because they talk, so they talk about it, that it was frozen, and that's where they found it. That had been there for thousands of years, whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if it landed like in the middle of the ocean or something.
No, I think they just shanked it, and then it got woken up when, like, out of hibernation, when the Norwegians were messing with it.
But I wonder if it could have survived without the cold, being able to freeze itself.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, okay. What, you alien expert now?
Yeah.
Fucking the expert of the thing.
I need to mess my hair up more.
Where did you? Yeah, you lied? Was your trip really to a research station in Antarctica? Why are you holding?
I can neither confirm nor deny.
So
any alien-based activities I might have participated in.
First, you're trying to understand what a dragon is rationalizing in Game of Thrones, and now the alien would surely survive.
What if it was an alien dragon? Just saying.
Oh God.
All
right, Lisa, what did you think of? I guess, how'd you like the setup? What did you think about the opening?
First impression about the Norwegians.
I wonder what the hell was going on when he was shooting at the dog and trying to grenade him.
Yeah, what was your feeling before you understood the context? You're just like,
I was confused as hell. They're just trying to
shoot the shit out of this dog?
I was so confused.
You get bored.
In the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
You get bored in Alaska real quick.
I thought that the guy was just gone crazy, which, I mean, he probably had, right, from what he had just been through. But I thought that's all it was. That's something he got into. I do like that, the movie's called The Thing. And the whole time they're like, what do we do about this thing? Where is the thing? we got to get the thing. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool that.
Yeah.
That's why they named it the thing, right? Because that's all they could ever refer to it as is the thing. So yeah, from the first off, I was like, I have no idea what I'm watching. And then as it slowly unfolds, you're like, oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah. This, now does it bother either of you that there's no real sort of, explanation or background for either the alien or for why they're in Antarctica, what the Norwegians are up to?
No.
Well, it's pretty. The Norwegian stuff was explained with the videos.
Well, only that they found the excavation site.
You're saying what they were researching, or who cares?
I read that a lot of the research is actually done in the summer months when it's a little warmer, relatively warmer.
Yeah,
and that these guys who were there were most likely the people just like making sure the station like stayed functional.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which makes way more sense.
Way more sense.
So the actual science happens in
so
the summer.
So they were the maintenance crew.
Because there's like one doctor there.
Exactly.
That makes...
Yeah, like what's Kurt Russell?
He's the pilot.
What's Kurt Russell putting under a microscope? Nothing. Never. What's
That's why he destroyed the computer. He didn't know any better. He's like, stupid computer.
Yeah. Keith David's not
someone is coming. Someone is coming in at summer, going, "What the hell happened to my research? Just 10 years of my life gone."
Yeah, Keith David has a beaker in his hand and just shatters, right? Like, and he doesn't feel it. Not scientists, but I think that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I like that.
Apparently they study like the effects of like magnetism in the cold and by the poles and all kinds of stuff. So there's actually a lot.
Also explains why they didn't question why Norwegians are shooting the dog.
Yep. Norwegians.
I love that it was Norwegians too. What a great nationality to just pick. No one would ever it was like the Germans or Russians,
cold weather, folk. Yeah.
It would be Koreans now or something. You know what I mean? Like it would be something like some antagonistic thing where we would like obviously already distrust them. But the Norwegians, you'd have to feel like you'd have to pause for a second.
Well, they did until they got shot at. And then a grenade goes up. God, the guy can't even handle his grenades. Why are you messing with grenades if you can't even?
Oh yeah. What was the
like it was like whoop? That sound effect could have 100% happened in the movie, and it went behind
the
him.
slide whistle.
Yeah, it didn't even. Yeah, that was bad. Dog escapes. Never. That's why I'm a cat person. Like, don't be the dog person. That was
That's what you took. From
let
this.
him in. If you want to let the dog in,
that's what you took from this movie.
Everything had been fine.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so again, there's really not a whole lot of backstory. I will say, are there any characters that y'all liked more than others? Obviously there's Kurt Russell.
Okay, so
it was nice to see a real young Kurt Russell because you don't see that much nowadays. Because he's not young.
Because he's aged.
Because he's old. Because now we got ego. No one wants to see that.
No. I was like, oh, Kurt Russell, he's so young.
What was the last Kurt Russell movie you saw?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Okay, Guardians. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I guess technically same. That was the last one we saw.
He was Fast and the Furious, like 100 or whatever one.
No one watches that stuff.
No one watches. I think a lot of people watch that.
See, stuff. He was great in Death Proof, but he was also playing creepy old dude with a bunch of college age girls at the bar. So he played it perfectly, but not exactly.
Because it probably cut close to real life.
We don't know that. Kurt Russell could be
some inside Kurt Russell gossip that we don't know about.
It sounds like she's like young Kurt Russell, and that dream has passed. That's
Overboard. Yeah. Overboard. You like that level?
Overboard. What?
Wait, what? You don't know Overboard? They recently remade it with the.
I'm gonna keep us from going overboard. Okay. Let's. So, what other characters stood out to y'all?
Okay, so I read this. Windows. The radio guy.
Sorry. No, you have this house to Mitch. Poor Mitch is trying to relieve me of my confusion and just decides like, that's another movie. Well, no shit.
Okay.
Well, you look confused. I
know, but I'm not. Go ahead, Nick.
No, Lisa, how do you
edit that out?
How does Mitch make you feel? Hold on. How does this make you feel?
What make me feel?
When Mitch does that, how does this make you feel?
It was fine. It was sweet. He was just trying to tell me, but it was like that's not helpful.
It's a movie. Thanks.
Most of the things I do around here are not helpful, so that's fine. As evidenced by me trying to keep this on track. So,
Windows. So
I did like the weird nicknames.
No.
Windows?
You know where that came from?
No.
So the actor comes on I don't remember his name. He's a character, but he's not that important. But he comes on to set. He's wearing sunglasses, just like in the movie. Mm-hmm. Tells John Carpenter, "Hey, just call me Windows." John Carpenter's like, "Sure."
Change the name.
Your name's Windows now. And everyone called him Windows.
Wow.
It was hilarious. Oh,
that's impressive.
John Carpenter's the best.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
honestly,
that's
I liked all the characters. They were all pretty good. Like, I feel like they all had, and you have to have something like that for this kind of movie where everyone's kind of suspicious of each other.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of has to have a stronger personality. So I thought that
well, except Wilford Brimley.
Well,
in the background, you don't even notice him. It was good. The characters were solid.
That's what I'm saying. All the actors played it off very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was really good.
There were some red herrings. It had a mystery quality to it for a certain part of the movie.
Once you realize that you don't know where the thing went and it could be anybody, it was like, ooh, this is not good. And the scene, because I think this is the scene you're saying, right? Where they get the blood and they're trying to electrify it. Yeah, that scene was fantastic.
Yeah.
Just like waiting for each person and then be like, this is never going to work. And then it jumps. You're like, ah. Yeah. That was really good.
The blood test scene is legendary.
And everyone, like, once they're cured, they're like, get me the fuck off of this couch.
Yeah. I mean, this movie has so many iconic scenes. I mean, I'd ask you which one stood out. I guess I could ask you which one stands out.
The one where he's doing the autopsy and the stomach turns into a giant effing mouth and bites his arm off.
Yeah.
How the hell did the special effects team pull that off?
Because it's
in
awesome.
the 80s. That was amazing.
Not only that, his head separates from his body and crawls off like a spider.
Upside down spider after tongue lasso.
They definitely need more than $200K.
Upside down spider head, tongue lasso.
And then the big like snake head thing. That autopsy scene. I remember seeing that. So I watched this movie as a freshman in college. And I remember I was at a friend's house or his apartment. And we were watching it. And I just remember screaming loud, like, oh my God. Oh, like when I was losing my shit. It was incredible.
Now, Lisa, the kennel scene where you first see the thing.
Oh, that was gross.
It just keeps happening. Like you think, oh, Lisa, this is it right now. It's like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Lisa pauses the movie and goes, why do you like this movie? And I was like, you know what? This makes sense in context of the movie. This wasn't just done like, what was it? Fucking Bus Party to Hell where he's like, yeah, fuck that dog.
Yeah. That kennel scene, it keeps transforming. It's like what is it, like those animes? Like I need to get in my final form or whatever. Like you build up, like that happens.
He's going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
God damn it.
Although, why did they stop the fire? So they burned the thing in the kennel and they're like, oh, put it out. I would have just let the whole thing burn.
Well,
down.
I guess they didn't want the whole facility to catch on fire.
Yeah.
You can lose a room.
Until the end, they were like, we need to try to get out of this. And then, yeah. Now, I liked how Wilford Brimley, when he's trying to like test it, afterward, right? They see the thing. They know it's a thing. They know something's bad. He tests it. He has I don't know where these graphics got made. Just like Wilford Brimley, like code graphics to show like asteroids happening. Like where like the old asteroids get imitated. Wait, what? How is this? What is this computer program that allows you to do this? It was pretty impressive. 27,000 hours until humanity is taken over is the estimate. I was like, Malcolm Gladwell was a little bit off. It's just a little bit. So close.
Yeah. Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley in this movie is great. Well, he goes from like old man, like this, like deliberately doing things to axe computer murderer. Can
I just say one thing though? If they are the maintenance crew and they're supposed to take care of this stuff, they're doing a horrible job because they can't get anyone on the radio. They're like, no, Can't get nobody.
Yeah, no radio. The whole place ends up exploded. They're letting in stray dogs. Yeah, this is just a bad crew.
Yeah.
Well, and
Well, I mean, come on. What are you going to get? Real great people in winter in Antarctica to be able to come down? Maybe you just get what you can get. I don't know. Yeah,
that's true.
That's rough.
I guess so. My big question, in terms of, so I know you've got some thoughts about the ending, Lisa. We're not quite there yet, but I am curious. In regards to the suspense, the paranoia, those sort of themes that are in this movie, I mean, what did you think? What were your overall thoughts around that? Like how well that was executed, or
like I said, I think it was really well done because the actors did it really well. Mm-hmm. Their reactions to everything, their suspicions of everybody. When Kurt Russell's left out in the cold, and then he makes his way back in, and he's like, "I don't trust any of you now. I'll blow this place to bits,"
Yeah.
So I think if they hadn't had the right actors, it probably would have fallen flat. But I think this cast did a good crew of keeping the suspicion up, keeping the tension up, because you never quite knew who to trust.
Yeah.
So I thought it was good. What did you guys think of all the decisions that were made? Did you agree with all of them, or was there one that you were like, "That is so stupid. Why did they do that?"
Things are pretty solid.
Yeah, everything's roughly,
The only thing that bothered me is after they do the blood test scene, they finally have confirmed who's the thing and who's not the thing, and then they split up again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell was that all about? Because then the guy comes back in and they're like, "I don't know if I could trust them again." Well, do the blood test again. I mean, do something.
It's like,
no.
I'm cutting myself all over the place. Like I need this blood to kill this thing.
Like,
I don't know.
once you know that the three of us aren't the thing, we're staying in each other's sight the whole time.
That's true.
So that we can trust each other.
That's not a bad.
I agree.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's a good.
Yeah, a little bit more maybe the buddy system.
Well, they did that, and then the one dude.
But one person would like inevitably walk off.
Exactly. Well, or he buddied up with the thing, and then oh shit. Well, yeah. Once they were confirmed, they should have.
Maybe groups of 3. Although,
once you do the blood test, hey, we're never leaving each other's sight.
Right.
And we have it locked.
Although the other piece, though, I mean,
but you can't blow up a facility if you don't split up, I guess.
The only thing I thought the alien screwed up on, because the people did fine. The alien screwed up on, when he's in the dog kennel, he like attacks like 8 dogs at once. I don't know why he just didn't just like
one by one,
just take out all the people at once.
Hey, why does Antarctica have a dog kennel? Is this like a sled?
Oh yeah, for sleds.
Yeah. Sled stuff.
Yeah, they're all huskies.
Okay, so it was all sled.
Or they were, I don't know if they were all huskies, but they were all
where are they
like
sledding to?
To the other research outpost, maybe.
But they had like helicopters and like wildcat kind of stuff, and
maybe they just wanted to have some entertainment. I don't know.
Is that like the companionship? Is the dogs?
Maybe they had to go, I don't know, to the frozen lake and fish or something. I don't know.
Maybe when it's a
how are we gonna haul these alien bodies back?
Right.
Maybe when the weather's not so bad, then they go sledding, because they were like in the middle of blizzard season.
Yeah, as I'm saying, they weren't doing jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dogs probably just live there, and so the maintenance crew has to take care of them.
Because the only reason that one dog was able to get there, I think, is because it was
the thing
thingified.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I'm trying to think if there's any other particular scenes we want to talk to before we get in.
I liked Benning's the morph hands. His
Oh,
hands
yeah,
got all
yeah,
morphy. Yeah. Oh, there's just a lot of cool.
Yeah,
stuff
so for the special effects, let's talk about that.
there. And the scream when he got burned. Oh my god.
I mean, Lisa, I tried to warn you to tell you this is a very gross film.
You did?
Yeah.
I don't think you ever said that.
I did.
I think you said that as soon as we saw the thing for the first time. You're like, "Oh, by the way."
No, I told you before. I just don't think you appreciated when I said it's gross. I think you thought just like gore.
It's gross.
Yeah. God. What's okay? So, what did you think about the effects? The
There's one scene, and I cannot remember who it is for the life of me, but like his face is like melted off to the side of his body. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god, this is horrible."
I think that's the one of the Norwegians when they go and see it, right?
Was it?
Well, he has the blood that was pouring out, but then froze. So it was like icicles of blood coming off the guy's arm,
which is really cool. Yeah,
oh my
really
God.
cool effect.
So good.
There was a lot of bad stuff.
But it was
the
good.
Stuff of nightmares.
But it was it was very high quality.
Oh yeah, that's why it was bad.
Was so good. Yeah,
it wasn't like it was a suicide thing, right? And that you could see all the blood just hanging.
There's not so many movies from 35 plus years ago where you're like, oh yeah, those effects are great. Like those effects
are better than some effects I've seen today. That's saying something.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, it's great. Everything is pretty money. At the end, the end is the final form. The dog just pops out of nowhere. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that dog. Yeah, he's back in. Like it's just so many things are just getting thrown out. I mean, it's crazy.
So I'm confused. Does it just keep getting bigger the more stuff it absorbs? Like I know it can mimic someone's form, but when it turns into its own form, it seemed to have just kept growing.
It can utilize all of the types of cells it's imitated when it morphs in some way.
Yeah.
So it could turn itself into a centaur if it wanted to.
It didn't seem like it was that orderly of a morph. There's a lot of this kind of.
I think
what's going to stick here.
It's either one complete unit or it's a grotesque mismatch of everything. It seems like.
Yeah.
So the more things it does absorb, I think the bigger it can potentially be.
Like it's like, oh, I copied the file over, but like I turn the computer off at 98%. Oh, everything's messed up.
Like by the end of the movie, it seemed humongous.
Yeah,
it did. So there's 50 like assistants on like helping with that.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, wow. At the last fight with the dude. Like,
that fight was still pretty awesome.
You had a tremors kind of deal, and went straight tremors out into the dog. So dog tremor. I don't know how they even describe that. That was nuts. That was crazy.
Yeah, so so in this ending, we found really the only thing that really stops this thing is just burning it. And they decide Kurt Russell, I mean, shitty call to have to make, but he's like, look, we're fucking just taking this whole thing up.
That right there.
None of us are leaving.
That right there is me. That's 100% me.
Yeah.
I always say this in the movie, like, all right, we're done. Let's just kill it. Yeah, I don't care about myself anymore. Terrifying to think about, but the thing I think about it, I was like, I would do the same thing, and I would just not think about dying at all. Like I'd just be like, all right, I'm just doing this, like one track mind. It's the only way you can do it, right? Like if humanity's at stake, what are you supposed to do, right? I mean,
well, and if you're screwed anyway, because I mean, they couldn't leave. That's what he was like. We're gonna die anyway. We need to die fighting. We need to take this thing out with us.
Yeah, but look at the other two dudes. Are like, oh, I guess. Like they weren't gonna make that call. There's no way. Yeah. They were not making that call. No. President from in Clear and Present Danger was not making that call before he got murdered. Yeah. So what do you think about this plan, Lisa? So the plan is blow up everything. Essentially,
I thought it was fine.
I don't know why they have so much dynamite, but dynamite is plentiful.
Yeah. I mean, if you gotta blow up a glacier, and
this is why Kurt Russell didn't care for the Norwegians, because he could actually throw the dynamite into the directed area.
Why couldn't the Norwegians have someone call them up? Like the whole base is like mutilated, except for the helicopter pilot and the gunman, who's also a terrible shot. Takes him 8 shots, misses the dog, does clip one of the dudes. But then, like one of the American researchers, like takes him out 1 bullet, done.
Well, it's because he was lighting it up. The guy, the Norwegian,
because he was a Texan.
The Norwegian guy was on the move.
Wilford Brimley back there. I don't know.
But yeah, Kurt Russell. I mean, Kurt Russell accurate with his explosions.
Oh yeah,
I thought it was good.
No, he's got a lot of dynamite.
But God, stop wandering off. When he sees the thing drag the other body away and he's just like, oh, let me go see what's up. He didn't even tell Kurt Russell. I'm like, communication is key here, people.
These guys need to do an escape room together to really work on their communication skills.
This was an escape room and they failed miserably.
Escape the thing.
Oh, I like it. I'd sign it.
It's like just tentacles grabbing you from like all the walls. But yeah, the ending is basically they blow up everything, and him and Childs are just chilling, literally waiting to die. Everything's exploded. Now, I don't get why they say, oh, it can't freeze. Like, couldn't it have just gone outside of where the explosions were? There's a lot of areas to freeze.
Yeah, I guess they were trying to take it out.
Yeah. I think they were just saying it. We can't let it freeze.
But like, if I was trying to freeze, I would just run outside as fast as possible. But I think
they thought the motivation of the thing was to take all of the living creatures with it first before it went to freeze. I get what you're saying. Why didn't it just leave? That would have been the smart thing for the thing to do. But I think the thing was
after
like, there's still people
done,
here. I need to take them.
They're done, right?
No.
So,
well, he didn't. The thing, really, the lesson is the thing didn't know it was fucking with Kurt Russell.
It should. It saw that feathered hair.
Yeah.
I mean, once you see that, you've really gotta. You can't make any missteps with that hair. Come on.
Okay, so Lisa, I talked up this ending because I love the ending. I think the ending is solid. I do love the fact that even at the end they're staring at each other, and they really don't know if one of them somehow is infected or not.
Yeah,
is still the thing. And they're just going to sort of just ride it out and see what happens. Because, I mean, that's all they can do.
What if they're both the thing?
Well,
just two versions of the thing.
As he says, some of the dialogue that he has in this movie, Kurt Russell's character, McCready has in this movie, is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, hey, look, even if you are the thing or whatever, we can't do shit about it now. So let's
just wait it out.
Just hang out.
No, my only issue with the ending was that from all of your talking about it, I always thought there was a twist ending, not a cliffhanger ending. So I was always expecting some fabulous twist, and then I got this.
I tried to warn you, it wasn't so much a twist.
Kurt Russell was dead the whole time.
No, you didn't.
I did. You just don't. You didn't listen to me. I tried to warn you. I tried to say this is something that people have strong opinions about, whether the thing still lives versus, whether they're both fine or what. And I know Nate has the official John Carpenter answer for what it was, but yes. So Lisa, what did you, so for me, I think that the thing's dead, but they are going to die anyway from freezing to death. But what about you, Lisa? What do you think? Do you think either of them are the thing?
I have no idea. I think at that point, what does it matter? If the thing is there, humanity's screwed. If it's not there, they're screwed.
Sure. What about you, Nate? I know you know the answer.
So in 2002 on PS2, I played a video game called The Thing.
Of course you did.
In The Thing, both Mac and Childs at the end are human. And then John Carpenter, in response to a video game from 20 years after the movie, confirmed at the end they were both human.
Okay.
So there you go. They're both human.
That's so stupid. Why would he say that?
I don't know. He confirmed it. It's canon.
All right. Well, there you go. The debate has finally been settled.
If you have a PS2, I recommend it. I remember
17 years ago.
I remember it being a pretty good game from what I remember.
I do not. I remember there being a game. I don't think I ever played it.
Well, if you must know, GameSpot gave it an 8.4 out of 10.
Well, getting 8s all over the place.
78% Metacritic. So there you go.
Oof. All right. Anything else about this movie I want to say? Nate?
No, I want to say that it could be worse though.
Well, guys, look. You could be trapped in a barren,
Antarctic,
desolate wasteland of a research station that is quite literally on fire. But guys, it could be worse.
Could be worse.
Not that bad.
For me, it's all about perspective. It's what you make of it.
Nate, how could it be worse?
So I was thinking, if this was Invasion of the Body Snatchers, these guys are hosts, right?
Yeah.
The imitation process takes quite a while, it seems like, and you have to be alone.
Yeah.
Let's say that the imitation process took like a third of the time. They're all dead. They're all dead.
Yeah.
It's over. So the fact that it took the thing a while to do the copying is like the one saving grace, despite everyone being paranoid at each other and everything being terrible, and everyone ended up dying.
Yeah.
They could have died faster. They could have died a lot faster in a lot more fear.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, Kurt Russell could have just not had as much dynamite as he had. Then what are you going to do? He's fucking. What's the Yosemite Sam
there
from?
There could have been no backup flamethrower.
He's like a fucking Looney Tunes character. You know, he's got like fucking Acme crates of TNT. Just
basically
stacked in his shack.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's a good one. For me, I think it could be worse if it was just a whole pack of dogs and they just like all together that were coming at you. They just wiped you out quick. I mean, it's all the same thing. It's all about getting wiped out quicker. They at least had a chance to really fight. Had they done a few things differently, I think they could have survived in maybe better numbers.
Yeah.
Lisa, how could it be worse?
So
for you?
like a pack of dogs.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Multiple, or it could be worse. Kurt Russell could have blown up the factory, and we now know that they were both humans. So they're like, we did it. We stopped. And then in the horizon, you see more alien shits coming.
Yeah.
Why did it start? You see just multiple of them. You're like, God damn it. We did all that shit for nothing.
You see like Wilford Brilliant is like with flipping the bird. Just like dry, like just going by.
What if this movie's a metaphor for diabetes?
Well, apparently you can't win. I don't know about that. I don't think that's the case.
Oh, that's sad.
Lisa.
I think it could have been worse if the thing had been more intelligent, right? Because if it had absorbed the dogs and then split out into 7 or 8 dogs, and every dog was the thing, and then at the end of the movie, you just see some of the dogs running off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the thing was deadly, but it was kind of dumb in some respects.
But would a dog have any chance of making it back to civilization?
If it was the thing.
If it got on the boat.
A boat? The boat? I don't think they take boats.
It seems like, the other dog ran from one base to the other.
It was about an hour.
The thing dog did.
So it was like an hour traveling.
On a helicopter.
Yeah.
Not on foot.
Yeah, on foot. That's a
on
few
foot,
hours on
and it
foot minimum. Yeah.
It still made it just fine. So I think it could have made it.
All right.
Yeah. Could have been worse. Could have been like, what's like the worst cold weather animal? Like a saber-toothed tiger or something. I don't know who has that laying around a research station, but then again, Kurt Russell is just playing chess. And
what if this
no,
I know exactly how it could have been worse. Sorry, I know exactly how this could have been worse. What if this thing landed much longer than 1,000 years ago? It landed back in dinosaur times.
Woolly mammoth.
I was gonna say like a big fucking T-Rex. And it just fucking turns into like Jurassic Park shit, like in the middle of Antarctica. It just molts this big ass T-Rex.
I like woolly mammoth.
Woolly mammoth's good too because of the Antarctica.
Then it cuts into Power Rangers again. So
and then the flip of it is they're sitting there, they think they burned it. It's turned into a pterodactyl and it's flying all fucking with the music.
Yeah, sure. I like the effects in this movie way better than Jurassic Park. So I was gonna go out and say it. Love it.
Well,
the computers looked about the same.
That's a hell of a hill it's a hell of a hill to die on.
Kurt Russell better than Sam Neill. Not a controversial take. Just saying.
Who would have been better with kids?
Kurt Russell. They'd learn how to toughen up.
Oh God. Well, listen. I need to know, could the thing have been any other genre?
All right, the wheel of genres is spinning. We are going to talk about The Thing as a courtroom drama.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
Dun, dun.
Oh, my God.
I think he might be The Thing. Dun, dun.
So, I mean, do you just start like?
Hold on. Is a flamethrower blood test admissible in court? Does a judge throw that out? Oh man, I don't know.
So what does it start? Does the case start off as who murdered all the fucking dogs?
Yeah, it starts out the beginning of the trial is an animal cruelty case, and then it explodes from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. How many accomplices we talking about?
I don't know, but if one of the jury members is not also the thing,
someone in the jury is the thing, and he's like just sowing all the discord in the jury to try to get hung jury. Oh my God, this is great.
The thing is wanting to maximize the amount of time they are held up in the hotel room.
What if it
get that free HBO, son?
What if it imitates two political candidates?
It was a Kane Kodo situation.
Yes.
Ooh. Always twirling.
How is it in the courtroom?
Toward freedom.
I don't know, but it's something I'm
like. We're in court
enough.
challenging the ballots. Just kidding. We both love each other.
I mean, you could always vote for the third party.
Go ahead, throw your vote away. Terrible. I like the court. I like the courtroom drama. You have to like. Is this admissible? The lawyer. I mean, let's just get Kurt Russell to play the lawyer. Let's just get Kurt Russell to play the prosecutor in this one.
Kurt Russell just sets the witness on fire.
Like
what if it was like a military type tribunal though, instead of like a just normal?
Oh, it was like a few good men. It's
like he starts
you
saying,
want me on that spaceship? You need me on that spaceship.
Yeah. You want the truth? You can't handle the truth. Then his head just separates and starts crawling off up the wall. That'd be tight.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
A lot of things you do, all involving. I mean, what if on the witness stand it's the guy with the stomach mouth but the mouth and the stomach just talking.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. Maybe we should let him go.
All right, sir, we let him go.
This could be a show like that O.J. Simpson.
Oh,
like the American crime story.
American crime story.
Yeah, it could be. That actually would be pretty sweet because the jury is supposed to be sequestered, right? Yep. So the thing can't escape. He's part of the jury. Oh my God, that would be amazing. Actually.
What if you could actually do this the whole paranoia. I mean, if you really wanted to be like what the movie's about, which is the paranoia, not being able to trust your neighbors and that kind of thing. What if, it's more focused on the jury, and then it's like, who keeps being the one asshole who says not guilty?
Yeah, but they have paper ballots, so they don't like know exactly who it was, and they have to figure it out. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. The thing doesn't want us to analyze its handwriting. So everyone right here.
Joke's on you, have a claw hand. It looks like no one wrote this. Terrible.
Oh, goodness.
Lisa, would you watch that show?
No.
All right. Well, listen, before we get into the final cut, we mentioned this at the start of the episode. I think it might be a good idea to include what I call, I think we said Dear Lisa segment.
Yeah, Dear Lisa.
So it's a quick segment. We'll have to think of a drop or something.
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Oh, hi, Lisa. Done. Well, that was quick. Lisa, as the unsuspecting victim, we need you to give advice to all the listeners who are horror fans out there. You know, you can say this is really kind of your moment to say what you want to everyone like Nate and I who like horror movies. But I think specifically with, what could they say to their unsuspecting victims to get them to watch this movie?
You're helping bring the downfall of everyone else.
Why am I doing this?
So that more people can join in your misery.
Things love company.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to
Assimilate
say.
with other.
Oh God! That's retracted. That's retracted. We're retracting that. No assimilating. Yikes!
If you're really into special effects, watch this movie.
Okay, so you'd hammer. So
if you're really into mysteries, watch this movie.
So this has got a little bit more mystery than most horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's the angle.
Yeah.
Is that you have mystery, you have special effects.
Yeah.
It's not just people getting
murdered. Yeah.
How about this? There's a plot. Yeah. I mean, that doesn't happen in a lot of the movies that we've seen.
Yeah.
There's actually like some development.
Yeah.
Not a lot of character development. The characters are just there. Yeah. To do what they're doing.
They're there to get ate by a monster.
But there actually is some sort of like there's suspense. Yeah. There's the plot moving forward, a lot going on. It's pretty engaging.
Yeah. Agreed. Sure. But with that, let's get into the final cut.
Final Cut.
Okay, Lisa's our unsuspecting victim. What do you give this movie?
So despite it being really, really gross, it still was a very good movie.
Mm-hmm. It's quality gross.
Right?
Yeah,
it was. And I thought, like I've said a couple times, I thought the cast did a really good job. The suspense was there.
Mm-hmm.
The ending was okay.
How does it change if now that you know the video game plot that confirms that they're human?
I just think that's a cop-out all these years, and then you're going to be like, oh, yeah, they're both human. Don't even worry about it. What's the point of that?
Yeah, if you're not going to make it explicit in the movie, just keep your mouth shut to,
Everyone gets pissed off that J.K. Rowling keeps coming back and adding new things that she doesn't need to add. That makes me angry. But overall, despite that, I thought it was pretty good. I'm between like a 6 or 7, probably a 7. 7 out of 10 husky dogs. It's pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah, I like the characters. I like seeing Kurt Russell. I like seeing Keith David. I thought they did a great job.
Okay, so Kurt Russell is like your older Matthew McConaughey. Is that are we getting into that level?
More of an 80s McConaughey.
But we need old Kurt Russell, not now Kurt Russell.
No, but 1982 Kurt Russell.
There you go.
Okay, is McConaughey-ish.
Yeah.
McConaughey.
And I didn't even know because I had never seen him in a movie from that long ago. So I was like,
okay.
Is that Kurt Russell?
Uh-oh. All right, I see it. We're going to be doing a lot of Kurt Russell.
Looks like we got Big Trouble in Little China coming up.
Escape from New York. Yeah.
You talk about wanting to get unsuspecting victims to watch this. You want to get an unsuspecting girl, watch this, show them a picture of Kurt Russell from 1982. Be like, all right, I guess I'll watch it.
I don't know if I'd have that on your phone ready to go. Like, hey, look at this picture of Kurt Russell from 1982.
Watch this movie.
May need to figure out a better segue than that.
Hey, we don't know Lisa's coworkers, right? maybe that's it.
Oh God.
That's the Dear Lisa section. Show a picture of 82 Kurt Russell. They'll watch it. Don't worry about it.
Oh my goodness. All right. For me, no, actually, Nate, why don't you go ahead first?
Sure. So I think this is my maybe fourth or fifth time watching this. It's great. There's red herrings. The plot is just so much better than you think it should be, or has any right to be. There's a lot of testosterone in this movie. It's a John Carpenter film. There's a lot of testosterone in this movie, but they actually make some pretty sane choices until maybe the end when they split up. So that special effects are one of the top special effects of any movie that's ever existed. Practical effects wise, I mean. Yeah, don't come at me, Aquaman fans, with all that CGI nonsense.
You just have it out for
I don't like Aquaman.
James Wan.
No, James Wan I like some James Wan stuff, but man, Aquaman, not a fan. But the Thing, unlike Aquaman, the practical effects are great. Some of the most iconic scenes ever. The dogs get shot at. And they killed all the rest of the dogs. So I got to throw that in because apparently that's on brand for me. I'm going to go 9 out of 10 Norwegians. I love it. I love this movie. This movie's great.
9 out of
10 It's great. Can't recommend it enough.
Yeah. Nate, I agree. I'm giving it 9 out of 10.
Nice.
Missed Norwegian bullets.
Yeah, that's about. I shot more than 9 times. I think.
Yeah.
It's tough shooting from a helicopter. I mean, come on. Is
it?
I've never done it. And I never will.
I mean, you got to assume this is the guy that does normally shoots from the helicopter. Because
there's only 2 guys left, man. You're lucky. This is probably like he's like.
How do you call dibs on that? I want to be I'm shooting the damn dog.
That's the guy who's like a janitor or something.
It's like when you're playing Halo. I'll man the gun. You drive. God damn it.
Yes, exactly.
And then you're like, hey, stop driving like an asshole.
And you're like, oh, you missed everything. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, that's exactly what this guy was.
Basically what it was. This is basically me trying to play when they start adding the carts in Battle or Fortnite.
Yeah.
Listen, so 9 out of 10. I think this movie is every bit as good of a alien horror film as Alien itself. It is a totally different type of movie.
Well, a lot of flamethrower in both.
A lot of yeah.
So that's true.
Where Alien was more about the stalking and this really intelligent creature that's just basically perfect. Can't really stop it. It's coming after you. You know, this alien
is a little more mediocre.
It's a little more mediocre,
it's a little more
but
mediocre.
it's a different kind of fear. It's that fear of who is taking over the kind of the
To be honest, this is kind of like late 70s. You got Invasion of the Body Snatchers remake and Alien.
Yeah.
This synthesizes those in Antarctica pretty well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
you're right.
the makeup is. I mean, the makeup sci-fi the special effects are.
Oh my god,
incredible!
Oh my god,
incredible! I mean, iconic. Every one of those scenes is memorable. There's not one like. Even when they're going around the Norwegian station, guys like got two faces and they're all like conjoined twin looking. I mean, every bit of it, and you can see where he killed himself, and like the blood is frozen. Like mid drops and all.
I mean, God, amazing!
Such great attention to detail. You know, I think it's an incredible movie. I think the fact that they don't have a backstory, there's no real major setup, and it still just tracks. You don't care. You're not really. At no point are you like, why are they even here? Why is the alien attack? You don't give a shit, and that's a mark of a very well done story and a very brilliant concept. If you don't even care about sort of the lead up and the build up for it, it's just you can get dropped in and just immediately
it's paced
go
so well that you never have even time to think about like some of this stuff. They're like, oh shit, the alarm goes off again. Oh no, Wilford Brimley's axing computers. Like there's just so many things. They found the McCready's coat in the thing, right? Like there's so many things that happen. You don't get a chance
what I love about the movie too is, so many of these alien creature sort of films, the intent is to make the creature so formidable and terrifying and scary and like almost unstoppable until someone, gets the big, robot fighter thing and fights the queen or whatever. I mean, it's right.
So aliens. Okay, got it.
I mean, in this, the creature is formidable because it can spread without, but the fear is really not. The creature's easy to kill in each instance.
Yeah.
Once you set on fire, they're able to dispatch it. They just don't have a good strategy for containing it. And I think what is so interesting about it is that it really keeps the focus of the fear with it being the paranoia and who really is it? Can I trust anyone? That part of it, I think, is so well done in this movie. And I don't think a lot of creature and alien movies really hit that as well.
Yeah, it makes it seem like, oh, this is 50-50.
Yeah.
Like we might make, maybe not. Like you don't know.
Yeah.
Whereas, like when the queen, you're like, all right, there's a queen. I got to go after the queen or else we're done. Right. It's a multi-angle threat.
Well, where the alien franchise inevitably fails is eventually the alien threat is so crazy that they basically have to like super power up Ripley to be able to single-handedly.
Now she's part alien.
Right.
There we go.
It was
now
just it became absurd because they have to, all those movies, you have to escalate how more terrifying. This movie, you don't ever have to escalate that. You can do the same movie and put it in another location and it still would presumably track and play just as well. There's nothing new you'd have to change. You could redo this without it being a complete makeover. Just drop it in another place and work great. So, 9 out of 10.
Is this John Carpenter's best for you?
It is I'll say this. It is my favorite John Carpenter film. Is it his best? It's at least top 2.
Okay, well,
it's either this or Halloween.
Okay, this and Halloween, you think?
Yeah, but I've seen Halloween since I was a kid. My brother has always thought that Halloween is the perfect horror movie. It spawns so much. It's it's hard to say.
It's no Black Christmas. We'll say that right now.
This is my favorite though of the two. I could watch this all the time.
Yeah, for me, this is definitely my favorite. So
fuck it. You know what?
I think it's better than Halloween.
I've talked myself into it. Sorry. 10 out of 10.
Oh, wow. 10 out of 10. I don't think I'm going to go that high. But
I am. Because, I try to save the 10 out of 10s for like the most epic movies. But I would
put
this
Texas Chainsaw Massacre an 8, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I would, and I think that's about right. I would put the Thing on par with like The Exorcist, with really like genre defining films.
Okay.
That's where I see it.
Does it hurt at all that it's a sci-fi movie? No. Okay. I don't mind.
What scares you, man.
Yeah, no, I don't mind that at all.
No. Like the only way sci-fi doesn't qualify is when it's like Star Trek, where it's more just like we're in space and we're doing space things.
In space. Oh, you're like Christopher Walken.
Yeah. Captain Picard.
That's a horror show. I have to listen to Christopher Walken. Yeah. I can't escape this spaceship for who knows how long.
Set phasers for stun.
Why?
You're looking at me all wrong, Borgs. I don't check your tone.
Oh my God. I'm doing the Patrick Stewart facepalm. No one can see.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Nate, tell them where they can find us.
Yeah, you can find us at our website, TexasPodcastMassacre.com. Send us an email about this episode. Anything you want to talk about. Lisa could probably use some just kind words generally. Yeah. You can send those to our email, TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter. We've been getting some new followers and some messages, so appreciate that. At TXPodMassacre. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on Instagram. And our podcast is on all your podcast platforms. If your platform happens to be Apple Podcasts, give us a review. We'd appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre. And just keep telling yourself, it's only a movie. Good night.